I've been to thousands of trainings through the courts, through the teaching associations, through special ed, thousands of trainings before, and I've never come away from a training having such concrete stuff to go on. I mean, never.
You were a teacher for 20 years. I've
Yes.
never been a teacher, and I haven't been formally taught. I'm a contractor that just got beat up for years and years and years.
You're self-taught.
Yeah.
You're a very strong teacher.
So how are my teaching skills as far as the students being able to absorb the information and apply it in their lives?
You are a fantastic facilitator because the way you present information, you do a lot of it in stories. And you know what? People can read text all day long and blah, 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 blah. They're not going to remember it. But you put things in such a way that there are not just stories, but actual events that happened that these techniques applied to, and those are things you can remember. You've got the visuals, you've got the drawing the pictures and showing the problems in a way that whether you're an audio learner, a visual learner, a tactile learner, it's all presented in the way that every person, regardless of how they learn, gets some of that. And a lot of teachers have never figured out how to do that.
So if somebody that was watching our video here, they wanted to talk to you personally, you're in Phoenix, Arizona.
Correct.
Do you mind sharing your cell phone number if they wanted to talk to you?
No, not at all. It's 480-622-0246.
Okay. How did you even hear about this workshop? How did that conversation come into being?
I heard about GCExperts because Chris and Mike are members. And they have been using, I've heard him call you or Sean on the phone several times, seen emails come back and forth where they were asking you questions about specific things involved with the construction industry. And Chris thought this would be beneficial for me to come here because he was having a hard time explaining to me why we did things the way we did. He didn't think he was getting the results that he needed to get, so he said, you know what, they can do it a lot better than I can, so he decided to send me here.
Okay, so one of the things that I heard, because he was here yesterday, was that he would try and tell you to do things a certain way that we had taught him to do, and that was really foreign to your understanding of the business. You'd never
Correct.
seen or heard of that before.
Correct. And I would say, explain to me why we're doing things this way, and he couldn't do that. He was having a difficult time getting me to understand it, let's put it that way.
He knew that it was working if you did it our way.
Right.
But he couldn't convey to you how to convince you to do it that way.
Well, even just how to make it make sense for me to do it that way.
Right.
And
so I got this phone call. He said, I want to send Kitty to the workshop. Can she come tomorrow? And I said, no, it's too late. I couldn't make it happen that fast. And he said, when's the next one? And I said, okay, well, let's set it up and we'll have her here in the workshop. So I'm thrilled you came. And I told you, I said, one of the things that I feel bad about is that we don't have enough women in the construction industry that are successful role models for other women. So I was absolutely thrilled that you came, be part of here. We've had some women through here, but I've been trying to encourage other women because I believe in the diversity of this business, right? Each person that comes through here, I consider a valuable resource to me because I'm bringing them up to a level that they can play the game and that I can refer other people to work with them. And so from that perspective, I can't thank you enough for coming.
well, thank you for having me.
So how was it that, from your perspective, were you saying, well, why don't you, because they were telling you that we do it this way because Doug does it this way, or?
No, just telling me, just do it this way. When, like they play fast and, in my opinion, played fast and loose with their own money, which they're more than entitled to do. I didn't feel entitled to play fast and loose with someone else's money. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it looked like to you.
That's what it looked like to me. Was
Right.
That, it was kind of throwing stuff at the wall and hoping something stuck. That's what it seemed like to me.
Right. Okay, so did you talk them into coming here, or did they suddenly the light bulb go off and say, we need to send Kitty to Austin?
Well, actually, Chris said, this was last month, said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "What if I sent you to Austin for 3 days?" I can't just up and leave in the middle, at the drop of a hat and jump on a plane tonight. No, that's not going to happen. So anyway, and I guess he had already talked to you and decided to send me this month. So I did have a heads up. He said, I want you to go to this workshop. I think it will be really beneficial to you and to us. So we'd like you to go meet with Doug and Sean and hear what they have to say, and they'll explain things a lot better to you than we can. Thank goodness we're not 5-year-olds who have to make all of our own mistakes before we can learn now. Right. So it was a lot more than I expected. The whole philosophy behind everything, the idea of how these things work together, the structure, the flow, all of it. I'm getting all of it. I got all of it.
Yeah, you see the whole thing from A to Z.
Huge picture. Much more of the picture than I ever thought was even there. You know what I'm saying? It's like seeing the map of one state and thinking that's the whole world, and then seeing the rest of it.
The globe.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one of the things that I had realized early on when I first started teaching was that we tend to think that we know a lot or we know it all, particularly contractors. Maybe not you. I don't think that's quite so much so with women, but with men, they tend to think that I know it all. Why would I want to go to the workshop? And one of the things that I've kind of pitched, because I figured this out, was that people leave here much better business people than when they came in. So I started telling people, look, you can go anywhere and you learn about business. You can get business books on it, you learn about business. But if you want to go to one event that's the most powerful and best business training event ever created, spend 3 days with me. And I'll guarantee that this is the best business training event ever created. What's your thoughts along those lines?
If you want to be valuable to your organization and actually learn techniques, learn the thinking behind all this stuff to make yourself more productive and more confident in what you're doing, come to the workshop. Definitely.